Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Blackblade and welcome back to Diablo 3's Reaper of Souls Season 6. And for today, and for this season, we're going to be taking a look at the Monk Tempest Rush Build. Now, in order for this build to work, you're going to need a few key items, primarily the Innes Mantra for your set piece. Now, this is going to be awesome because, for the two-piece set bonus, we get the 100% increased passive effect for all of our Mystic allies. For the four-piece set, we get all of our 4 auras active, base attributes, or base effect active at 100% uptime. Now, of course, with the 6-piece set bonus, we're going to have all of the 5 runes active indefinitely for Mystic allies. Plus, we're going to get a 50% damage increase for each Mystic allies that we have out, and that's going to be effectively doubled once we get our Crudest Boots. So we're already getting a double effect for our Mystic allies from the Innes set, and then we're basically quadrupling all of the effect once we get the Crudest Boost. So that's going to be awesome in the sense of survivability and all-out damage. So yeah. That's going to be one of the key components of the build, and then of course we're going to have the Frostburn over here, which will also be essential part of the build because we get that cold percent increased damage of about 20%. It really depends on what you have. I have a 16% over here. Plus we get that 50% chance to freeze enemies. Now that's going to be important or integral to the build because of the Caesar's Memento. Now what this does is the enemies will take a particular certain amount of damage once we freeze them, blind, or we stun them. In this case, the build will be primarily be focused on trying to freeze the enemies. So yeah, that's going to work hand in hand with the overall build. For our shoulders, we're going to be using the Mantle of Channeling, simply because we get that increase of damage. In my case, I have a 23% increase damage there when we are channeling the Tempest Rush, and then we get that 25 reduced damage when again channeling our Tempest Rush. So that's going to be a good shoulders in both offense and in both defense. For wings, we are going to be using the typical combination of focus and restraint to get that 100% increased damage, overall damage that we do. For amulet, any amulet will do, just as long as you have crit chances and then your typical crit damages. You can use to have your Hellfire amulet if you can roll something similar to this one, but then I've tried crafting 4 and I haven't really even come close to something similar to this one. So it's actually pretty difficult, so you might wanna play around with that one too. Now this is going to be also cooldown based. So in your Daibo or in your weapon, you're trying to look for something similar to this one, some increased damage, and then you need to have some cooldown reduction over there. And then of course this is one of those weapons wherein it's worth it to actually craft a gift or a free socket. I forgot the name of that cube. Yeah, it's pretty rare, but if you can find something like this, go ahead and use it on your weapon. It's going to be pretty difficult, but yeah, if you can do so. Of course this is going to be again a cooldown base, so I sacrificed the potential critical hit damage that I can for the cooldown reduction over there. So yeah, it's going to be hard. I have my cooldown reduction already at 58%. With our Gogok of Swiftness, that jumps to about 65 or 66%. So yeah, it's still not at 100% uptime when it comes to my I'm talking about the Epiphany, of course. Then for our other unique skill gem, we're going to be using the Bane of the Powerful, and then finally the Bane of the Trap. You can play around with either instead of a Bane of the Powerful, you could use the Bane of the Stricken if you want to kill the boss faster. So that's about it when it comes to itemization. You can choose for your rings. You can choose the Obsidian Ring of the Zodiac plus the Unity combination if you want to. If you're having a little bit of trouble when it comes to keeping your Epiphany up at 100%, so yeah, you may want to go with that combination to mitigate some damage and to basically get your cooldown, get your skills cooldown faster. So yeah, but then you're going to have you're gonna need to have 2 unities for your, of course, for your follower right here, which I currently don't have. Alright then, so let's talk about the skills. First, we're going to be using the Fist of the Thunder with the Wind Blast. Again, we are going to be using the primary skill sometimes just to get the 50% active effect from the focus and restraint. And then for the rest, we are going to be using the Tempest Rush. For the Tempest Rush, we are going to be using the Flurry. Again, we need some cold damage here in order for the effect of the Frost, in order to take advantage of the effect of the Frostborn, and then finally getting the Caesar's Memento for the overall damage. And then finally we're going to be using sweeping with Cyclone. Now you can use the Master of the Wind, but then the problem here is you get that 3-second gap before the Master of Wind actually freezes your enemy, so I don't really like that. But what I do want is the damage from the lightning that the Cyclone gives. So yeah, that is also an option that you guys may want to play around. And then of course we're going to be using Dashing Strike for our movement skill. Again, Epiphany with the Desert Shroud for the 50% damage reduction. Finally, we have Mystic Ally over here. Anything will do. Basically you already have all the 5 runes up indefinitely, so you can choose whatever you want over here. It doesn't really matter. Of course, we have the Beacon of Ethar. Again, this is going to be a cooldown reduction based build. Of course, we have the Unity over here. Since we have a lot of pets out, we're going to get that 20% damage. Sadly, it's only 20%, but yeah, you could imagine if you can max it out, probably even or you can the Blizzard should remove the cap out of 20% and just have it per ally hit, so that's going to be a huge DPS. And of course we have the Relentless Assault here. When we freeze the enemies, we get that 20%, or if you're having a little bit of a hard time at T10, you can always use the Resolve for some damage mitigation. Finally, we have Harmony over here to basically increase all of our resistances. Our resistance is actually pretty good, sitting at 1.3k and above, so that's going to be awesome. Now for our cube, or for our Kanai's recipe, we are going to be using the balance. This is going to be awesome because when our Tempest Rush hits 3 or fewer enemies, we get that 100% critical strike chance over there. Of course, Leoric's Crown, so that we could get that an additional 100% when it comes to our cooldown reduction. And then finally the Royal Ring of Rendor. Alright then, so that's about it. I guess I didn't forget anything, so let's get into some gameplay. So we are at T10, and this is going to be a one of the fastest builds out there. But it can be debatable, of course, depending on how many monsters you have. So as you can see, we have our first monster, first set of elite packs over here, and then we are doing pretty good when it comes to the overall damage, as you can see. So yeah, we're going to be trying to hit only some unique or the unique bosses, or champion packs, so that we don't generally waste time. I really hate this map. This is one of those maps that I absolutely hate. I don't know why. I don't know, maybe because of the enclosed space. Okay, so we have a goblin over a malevolent goblin over here, which has a chance to drop a unique. And okay, so we have some bracers over there. Let's check it out. Yeah, I already know what those bracers actually do. So yeah, we're going to only hit champion packs, and we have 2 over here. So as you can see, even if I have my Go Cook of Swiftness cooldown reduction of 15% up, the Epiphany is still not up at 100% of the time, and it's still actually pretty hard. I think you need at about 70% and above. So it's still quite difficult to have that again uptime, 100% uptime. Now, when it comes to griff runs, I have been able to do up to 55. So yeah, so that's the maximum that you can do. You can probably push it some more, probably up to 60, but you have to change a few skills. Particularly, instead of Dashing Strike, you might wanna go ahead and use Serenity instead, so that you get that immunity when it comes to damage. So as you can see, every now and then I am trying to punch the monsters, or use the primary skill, just to get that 50% damage bonus again, to get that 100% damage bonus you know, when it comes to our focus and restraint. So yeah, still pretty easy, you know. This is one of those faster builds that you guys can do. Oops, I forgot to kill one or two. Did I forget to kill two? Right then. So, alright, so I'm going to get some shrines over here, just for us to be able to finish the map at a faster rate. It's not considered cheating because you know, technically it's already there. So yeah, every now and then, when I'm using the Tempest Rush. Oh my God, 3 times! I can't believe it. God, I really hate this map. So yeah, as you can see a while ago, you know, I did have some trouble when it comes to my spirit regen, but that's, you know, that's okay. Once we pop in the the mystic allies, you know, we can get those the spirit back at 100%. So yeah. Also, one of the tricks before you pop in the mystic ally is you need to have the focus and restraint, you know, damage up with the 100% bonus, you know, so that you don't waste the additional 50% bonus that the mystic allies could potentially do. And again, you know, they could potentially do a lot of damage. Alright, so that was a wrong move for me. You know, I popped in the mystic allies a while ago, but then I was losing some, you know, I was losing some spirit, so I needed some spirit back. Alright, as you can see, you know, it's pretty easy and it's pretty fast to kill a boss. Alright, so the Rift Guardian is already here, and we're gonna try and kill her or it, you know, as fast as we can. So as you can see, it's really fast. As you can see that the boss is already dead. And with that said, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Again, let me know what you guys think about the build in the comment section down below. And thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'm gonna see you guys on the next part of my video. Have a good one. It's contested now, and I'm gonna try to use my ultimate on it. If I could. Here we go. Boom! Ah, killed 2. That's good. Oh.